Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Only 19 days left before Christmas, so today is the opportunity to buy the best Christmas present your family is ever going to have. My name is Adam Docking. It is my pleasure and my privilege to offer this property to you for the first time in the history of this property's life. Number 13 Mindar Court, your opportunity to move into paradise. I'd like to introduce you to the team behind the name. Jackie to my left, to your right, and also Emma. And on behalf of Ian Reid, it is our pleasure to offer this property to you. Now, for those who may know me better than just as an estate agent, I actually grew up right here. This was my backyard before my parents, against my wishes, sold it off and put houses here. This was my BMX track. So I don't hold any grudges or anything like that, but just think that I used to play right here. There is no better place on the planet than in Mindar Court. And the neighbours and the neighbourhood here is exactly what a neighbourhood should be. You walk out, you mow your lawn. All the neighbours will come up. They won't offer to help you, but they certainly will offer to help drink some of your beer and some of your wine. And from those, yes, you do know that that's the case. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to run through the contracts with you. They are the contracts that have been on display. And they also are the contracts that we've emailed out to a number of people here. What we are offering is lot number 4 on certificate of title, volume number 10519, folio 873, better known as 13 Mindar Court in Vermont South. What we are offering are all fixed floor coverings, electric light fittings, window furnishings, fixtures and fittings as inspected. What is here today, besides the vendor's personal possessions, is what is going to be waiting for you in 60 or 90 days from today's date, 90 being the preferred settlement date. Section 32 shows as we come under the Whitehorse Planning Scheme, the responsible authority is the Minister for Planning, and it is zoned Neighbourhood Residential Zone Schedule 2. City of Whitehorse rates $2,628.65, Yarra Valley Water rates of $740.04, total outgoings $3,376.69. Very reasonable indeed for such a beautiful location as this. There's not very many places that you can live where you've got the bushland at your front door and suburbia straight up the road. All services are available. You will obviously need to reconnect those under your own name at settlement. And like all properties in the City of Whitehorse, we have the significant landscape overlay Schedule 9. What you are buying today has never been on sale before. 629 square metres of beautiful opportunity, with the easement obviously at the front here being the lower part of the block. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a contract. You're not here today to buy a piece of paper. You are here today to buy a piece of paradise. And again, I cannot make it any clearer than once you move into here, you won't move out until the house, like now, becomes too big. In the entire history of this part of Mindar Court, this is only the second property that has gone up for sale in 23 years, I think. 23? Yeah, 23 years. You don't get that anymore. People would usually move about every 7 or 9 years. 23 years tells you all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I will run through the important points. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, as the auctioneer will indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, may make a vendor bid. You've all had a chance to look through the property. A craftsman-built property, a Glenville home, huge ceilings throughout, a magnificent layout, and I love the idea that you can close off that back section if you don't need it, and you've got all the living room at the front. If you haven't had a chance to walk around this area, you've got Bellbird Dell. You can see the tree line there. a beautiful walking track. You've got 742 bus at the top of the street, so your bus is taken care of. Eastland Shopping Centre one way, Chadstone Shopping Centre and Monash University. This is the kind of area, ladies and gentlemen, that when you move into, you forget that you're in suburbia and you are in paradise. I know that's a cliche, but it is absolutely the truth here. We are calling for a 10% deposit. We are calling for a balance at 60 to 90 days from today's date. Can I get you to check that again? 60 or 90 days from today's date, or any terms you negotiated prior to the start of the auction. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chance to shine. As I said, it's 19 days to Christmas, but for one lucky family, Christmas is coming early tonight. Who'd like to open the bidding? Usually the birds stop singing as well. Happy to take your bid. I don't mind where we start, ladies and gentlemen. It's where we finish. We're here tonight for. Who'd like to open the bidding? This is exactly what happens. You all wait to see who's going to start and then you follow. There's no better place to lead than from the front. 13 Mindar Court, ladies and gentlemen, never been offered for sale. Could be another 25 years until it's offered again. Who'd like to open? Happy to take your bid.
You're just sticky baking on us, are you?
Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? In the interest of moving it along, I'm going to open the bid, vendor bid at $1,500,000. At $1,500,000 vendor bid. And ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming this auction as well. You can see the cameras set up. If Emma yells out a bid, it is a genuine bid from one of our online bidders. At $1,500,000, it's a vendor bid. And I'll take a $20,000 rise from here.
It's a vendor bid.
At 1.5 million, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, vendor.
629 square metres. But it's not just the land you're buying. It's the neighbours and the neighbourhood. Most of the neighbours here are nice. I'm not going to tell you which ones aren't. But if you come home with a bottle of wine or a six-pack of beer, every neighbour here is friendly. $1,500,000, $20,000 rise, ladies and gentlemen. I have no problem in passing it if I know there's value here. At $1,500,000, I'll call it 3 times. First call.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only way you're going to secure this property tonight is by bidding. And 2 things are going to happen. You're either going to walk in here with a huge smile and sign a contract, or have the property passed into you and come in and negotiate with our very realistic vendors. At $1,500,000, vendor bid, $20,000 rise, starts to knock out your competition. If your tactic is to wait, don't wait until it's sold and somebody else is moving here. At $1,500,000, well, I'm just going to go a little bit further with the vendor bid, 1.52. 1,520,000 vendor bid. At 1,520 vendor bid. A $20,000 rise. It will not buy the property, but what it will do is give you an opportunity to treat with the vendor if we pass it in. Make sure if we pass it in, it's to the highest bidder and you can come in and negotiate and knock out your competition. At 1,520 vendor bid, are you all done? Ladies and gentlemen, at this price, I should see your hands. Have a look at the court. Have a look at the streetscape. Have a look at the location. School zones, transport, walking tracks, sports grounds, shopping centres. It just keeps ticking every single box that you could possibly want. At 1,520 vendor bid, a $20,000 rise. I'll call it again. Online too if you wish. At 1,520,000, first call. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm surprised. I know the value is here. At 1,520,000, second call. Well, I can't stop there. I'm going to do one more at 1,540, another vendor bid at 1,540. At 1,540,000. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way you're going to secure this property. And it won't be coming into the office on Monday if the property's sold. We are here today to sell the property and this is your chance. At 1,540, are you all done? I'll call it again. First call at 1,540,000. Second call at 1,540,000.
You need to be in front.
Are you all done?
When he says it's
Are you all silent
Okay.
at $1,540,000 for the third call?
two, if it gets passed in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us one moment while we seek our instructions.
How many tries? Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big decision by our vendors, and it's one they don't take lightly. My instructions are very clear and very simple: to place one more vendor bid at $1,600,000, which is at the bottom of the range that we've been quoting. At $1,600,000, that is it. There are no further vendor bids from here. What is going to happen? Two things. You put your hand up, make a bid, and knock out your competition. And if we pass it in, you get to come inside and negotiate without the competition while everybody else waits outside. If I pass it in at 1.6 on a vendor bid, it's going to open market and we will talk to everybody. It is not uncommon. Ian, you'd agree, wouldn't it? How many times have we had a secondary auction after the auction? Yep. I'm here till midnight. So you'll simply put, pass it in on a vendor bid, everybody gets a chance to talk. Take a $10,000 rise from here, I'll drop it down. At 1,600,000 vendor bid, put your hand up, knock out your competition. I can't be more clearer than that. There are no vendor bids, you are now playing against the market. At $1,600,000, a vendor bid, $10,000 rise, knocks out your competition. I'll call it 3 times, but I'll give you a moment to think. This has been 23 years in the making. Where will you be in 23 years? Will you be driving in here? Or will you be driving past thinking I could have owned this? Very clear, and I know what I'd be doing. At $1,600,000 vendor bid, $10,000 rise. Are you all done? For the first call at $1,600,000. Now is the time. There's only one way to go from here. At $1,600,000, second call. Are you all done? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mind passing it on a vendor bid because I know the value is here. And I'd rather talk to everybody than one person. But if you want competition, wait. If you want to knock out your competition, hand up, $10,000 rise. It will not buy the property, but what it will do is put you in the front spot. I'll give you another moment to think. Very clear and very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Your Christmas presents are all done from here. First call at $1,600,000 vendor bid. Second call. Are you all done? Are you all silent at $1,600,000 for the third and final call? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll formally pass the property in on a vendor bid at $1,600,000. If you'd like to come up and have a chat to us about the reserve, please do. Thank you very much for your attention and your attendance. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Enjoy this beautiful weather. And from everybody at Docking Real Estate, have a very Merry Christmas indeed. Thank you very much.